Hello Internet, this is Benatori here to talk to you about WTFU. And thank God it's finally happening! My God, after so many years of Google dicking YouTubers around, people are finally getting their voices heard. Alright folks, so in case you don't know what's going on, the Nostalgia Critic released a video where he discusses fair use on YouTube. Or more specifically, the lack thereof. Here's a very short summary. Once upon a time, back around 2006, YouTube was a place for the people. Dumb kids playing with webcams could become internet famous by lip-syncing to Pokemon songs. People could become recognizable faces just by talking about the things that mattered to them from their living rooms. Seeing the power of YouTube, then internet superhero Google purchased YouTube. But little did they know that evil Viacom was waiting to spring their trap. Almost immediately after the purchase was made, Viacom sued Google for $1 billion, claiming that Google was making money off of pirated content, despite the fact that Viacom often re-uploaded videos that they sued over on their own sites, without the original creator's permission. You know, E-Bombs World style. And although nobody knows exactly what happened in that courtroom, it has generally been agreed upon that Google didn't want to take the blame for pirated content that admittedly was there. But they also made the argument that the vast majority of YouTube was just people making whatever they wanted, oftentimes from their living rooms, on their own. So instead of combing through and approving every single video that got uploaded to YouTube to make sure it didn't have copyrighted material, Google decided to have a bot do it instead, resulting in what is now known as the copyright system. And since then, lots of companies have used these bots in order to remove, claim, or strike anybody the companies tell the bot to flag. You can have your videos flagged for having a few seconds of copyrighted footage in your video. You can have your video flagged for having the wrong type of title or thumbnail. You can even have your video removed just because the copyright owner doesn't like it. And while it started out as it just being fairly annoying, there have been waves and waves of the problem just getting worse. In 2006 to 2007, it was incredibly annoying. 2009, the abuse got incredibly annoying. In 2013, it got absolutely ridiculous and downright scary. And around 2015 and 2016, it got fucking scary. And since then, people have started talking about it with hashtag WTFU. And you may ask, well, this bullshit's been going on for nearly 10 years, why didn't anybody do anything sooner? There are a lot of reasons. Reason number one, Google started out as a superhero. Google was the website that allowed the entire internet to communicate, thanks to its search engine. So in the very early stages of this problem, nobody was going to go point fingers at Google, not to mention that YouTube wasn't nearly as big as it is now. So most of the voices on YouTube weren't loud enough to get anybody with money to listen. The most you got in terms of protest were people bashing Viacom in their videos. Reason 2. The few YouTubers who had power didn't speak up. Small YouTubers are small YouTubers. They can only speak to so many people. And a lot of times the big YouTubers kept their mouths shut. And I don't blame them. If you're working at a company that lets you pay your bills by doing what you love, you don't want to say bad things about them. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these YouTubers felt speaking up would be unprofessional or ungrateful. And keep in mind that this was back when having 5 million subscribers was considered amazing. Nowadays, that's considered relatively small. So when the only people who are talking about this have less than 1 million subscribers each, not much awareness is going to get spread. And again, I'm not blaming the big YouTubers for this. Again, you're paying your bills doing what you love. You don't want to go bash the people who are letting you do that. But it did contribute to the problem. Reason number 3. The viewers had no idea the content creators were getting abused. Because none of the big YouTubers were speaking out, most of the viewers didn't even know there was a problem. Only the long-time dedicated YouTubers even knew the abuse was happening. And an uninformed viewer only makes Google richer. Because the uninformed viewer is still going to watch videos and give Google ad revenue. And meanwhile, how would these viewers even know there was an issue? When a viewer clicks on a video, they hand Google a few cents in ad revenue. But if the content they're watching isn't even suggesting that anything is wrong, how would they know that the very creator they were watching is getting abused? The lack of awareness prevented any chance YouTube had of starting a movement to fix the problem. Reason 4. Google does not care about customer satisfaction. They care about money. And it pains me so much that the once superhero Google has turned into a company like that. It doesn't matter how many times YouTubers complain about the problems as long as Google can keep making money off of it. And hey, you know those protest videos? Google makes money off of those too. If you monetize a protest video, the viewer hands money to Google. So why should Google fix a problem if they can still make money off of it? Google has literally no incentive to fix this problem because people will hand the money anyway. Customer satisfaction be damned. So those are some of the problems. So why is it boiling over now? Well, because a big name is speaking up. The Nostalgia Critic is one of the most recognizable faces in the hardcore YouTube community. He's been on the internet since almost the very beginning. And he's probably the most appropriate person to talk about this. The Nostalgia Critic started off as a YouTuber, but his videos got claimed so often that it became impossible to find his videos. I don't know how true this is, but I heard from somewhere that he actually had to start making individual channels for each video he uploaded just so his library of work wouldn't get removed each time too many videos got flagged.
I've been doing this professionally for over 8 years. And I have never had a day where I felt safe posting one of my videos, even though the law states I should be safe posting one of my videos.
That statement, coming from the Nostalgia Critic of all people, doesn't surprise me at all. He ended up having to go to another site, a site that ended up getting shut down after Disney bought it. And now that YouTube has exhausted everything, big YouTubers are speaking up. Being professional isn't getting us anywhere. Multi-channel networks that were supposed to protect us are now doing nothing, and taking our money for not fixing problems. Complaining to Google just results in complaining to a bot. Big YouTubers are complaining now, and thank goodness! We can finally band together again. We can finally try to get viewers informed on just how ridiculous this whole thing is. And hopefully, we can help YouTube become a safe place for all content creators, big and small. Before I end this video, I want to point out that this video is way shorter than I wanted it to be. And the reason for that is because I currently have a copyright strike on my account. Because of this, I can only upload videos under 15 minutes long. I wanted to make this video way longer, and anybody who has seen my Fine Bros video, I wanted to make that video a lot longer too. Several months back, this was like late October to December of last year, I decided that I wanted to make anime top 10 lists, where I would make top 10 lists about anime, and I would have a little animated character talking about anime. And the 2 videos that I tried to publish had multiple claims put on them. The first video that I made ended up having 6 claims on it by 5 different companies. And then the second video that I tried to make ended up having 9 claims. It actually technically had 10 because one of them decided to retroactively give me another one. And for each of those claims, I would have to dispute it, and then my dispute would be rejected. And then I would have to appeal that, my appeal would get rejected, and then I would get a strike. And then I would have to wait about anywhere from 14 to 30 days for the company's timers to run out to respond, and then I would get my video reinstated. The first video has had all of its claims cleaned up, but the second video still has a strike on it. And because of that strike, I can't upload any videos that are longer than 15 minutes. And the worst part is, once that strike is gone, I'm going to have to do it for the last 2 companies that I haven't been able to dispute yet. And it's not like cleaning up all the disputes and stuff. It's not like that took like a week or something. The first video that I made, it's only clear now more than 3 months after I originally uploaded it. And the second video, which I uploaded in December, still can't be viewed. and probably won't be able to be viewed for at least another month. And the entire process was so frustrating. For someone who at the time barely had 20 subscribers to have their videos effectively censored off the internet, it was just infuriating. And I ended up deciding to not continue the series because working as hard as I did on those videos and to have nobody see them, I just couldn't take it. And so because of that, I've decided to move on to other things. You know, I'm still going to make animated stuff, but I'm not going to be doing what I originally wanted to do. So, with that said, where's the fair use?